Good morning. Bet you didn't expect to see me here. I have magically transformed down to Dell's recording studio. Yeah, bloody hell. Right, thanks to Craig for letting me take part in this special blog. The time is now, it's 8:47 and it's Sunday morning, and myself and one of my mates are down at Dale's house. We took part, we drove down on, what day did we drive down? We drove down on Friday. It took us about 8.5 hours. It was a complete ball ache of a journey. We arrived about 5:30. We stayed overnight, and then yesterday we went to Zzap Live, which was in a place called Kenilworth. Spent the whole day there. It was in kind of two parts. The first part was there was two sort of sections. There was a variety of Commodore 64s set up. There was a variety of Amigas set up. There was a few arcade cabinets that actually belonged to Archer McLean, which sadly a couple of them, I think Missile Command and there was a Scramble one, weren't working. It was a good event. I did enjoy it. There was a couple of reasons that I didn't enjoy it quite so much. One, which was a bit disappointing, the main kind of draw for myself and Del Boy to go to this was to see Rob Hubbard. He was going to be putting on a kind of live set on Saturday night last night. Now, sadly, Rob couldn't make it. Don't know what the reason was. But there was a number of celebrities, if you want to call it. I hate that word. There was a number of celebrities. There was Gary Penn, who stood out. He's actually quite a bit bigger in real life than I imagine him to be. He had kind of spiky hair and he had some bright orange training shoes. There was, who else? I saw Chris Wilkins. I was talking to Chris. Who else did I see? There was, oh, bloody hell. There was Andrew Braybrook. There was Steve Turner. Jeff Minter. Giles was there. Who else? I think there was a few other people. There was quite a few I didn't recognise. But yeah, all in all, it was a good event. There was two talks. Well, there was actually more than two talks. There was an Ocean Legends, I should say, panel talk. So I didn't bother going to because didn't bother. Then there was an Amiga panel. John Hare was there as well. I've spoke to John Hare on my own channel, so there was really nothing that that I wanted to kind of like hear about. But we did sit in for two of the talks. One of them was the Graft Gold with Steve Turner, what do you call him, and Andrew Braybrook, and there was a Lamasoft one, which was really good because they gave you, there's a film coming out all about Lamasoft and Jeff Minter called Heart of Neon. So they gave us a sort of a sneak preview. They said preview, it was actually half an hour. I think they let us watch the first half an hour of it, which was really good. And then they brought Jeff Minter in with Giles. And yeah, they had a really good talk. I mean, Jeff Minter is probably the person that he's made for talking. He loves talking about the hobby. You can sense his love and enthusiasm for the hobby. There was one, I wouldn't say it was a funny bit, but my mate Dell asked him a question, and it actually made Jeff cry. So we've been kind of rubbing Dell ever since. To be fair, afterwards, Dale went up to Jeff and apologised for making him cry, and he says, "Oh, don't be daft." And as we're leaving, and at night time there was a sort of a music thing. They had Martin Knight, they had John Hare on guitar. I felt it was all a wee bit self-indulgent. The music, wasn't a big fan of the music, if I'm being honest. We kind of thought it was going to be more kind of chiptune, but it wasn't. It was all John on the guitar and Mark was on the fiddle or violin. I don't know what the difference is. So we kind of left as we were leaving. Jeff Minter was standing outside, so I had a wee chat with him, and we were winding Dell up, saying, "Oh, he's a monster making you cry." So that was quite funny. But I've had and I speak on behalf of my mate Ian as well. We've had an absolutely fantastic weekend. Craig and his mum have been an absolute joy. They've welcomed us into their home. They couldn't do enough for us, feeding us, you know, making us toast and coffee and letting us use their house. So, you know, I just want to personally thank both of them. You've been, you know, the best hosts ever, and we really appreciate you making us feel welcome. So I'm going to sign off now. We have got a long drive ahead. It's 350 miles. So chances are I'll hopefully get back for about 4 o'clock. I will be back on my own channel. Hopefully tonight at 7 o'clock for the usual. It's going to be part 2 of the Amiga Shoot 'em Ups live stream, 7 till 9. Unless something happens, hopefully not. So anyway, I'm going to sign off and I'm going to pass back to Craig. Until later, guys. See you later.